Hello, I'm Dr. John Smelser, and welcome to another episode of Ahtna Myths, or Ahtna Mythology. This is episode 14. In this episode, I wanted how fire came to the world. But first, I wanted to remind you that if you've been enjoying these stories and all the ones to come, the books I've written since the 80s and the 90s, they're still available online. Books like The Raven and the Totem. That was an earlier edition that you can get, or a version of it that's been out for a while now. Trickster is a collection of myths directly only about my tribe, the Ahtna tribe. The others are about Alaska in general. And this one of them is a cycle of myths, is mythology from southeast or coastal Alaska natives. So if you enjoy these stories, order the book so you have the whole books and you can share them with your family, kids, grandchildren. If you're planning a trip to Alaska, bring them with you. You'll see actual places where there are stories of what that place is, how it came to be from our mythology. So consider those. So fire. If you think even Greek mythology has a story about how human beings got fire. It's the story of Prometheus, right? Prometheus, he created fire and he gave it to humans, and humans now could, make metal and shields and all kinds of weapons. And the gods are angry that Prometheus had given fire to human beings. But in our story, it was a long, long, long time ago, and when humans were first made, they didn't have fire. They were cold, they were in the dark, they couldn't cook their food, they couldn't, use fire, they didn't have fire. So Raven decided that he would help human beings. So he asked his bird friends, all kinds of bird friends, seagulls, cormorants, eagles, he asked them all, do you know how I can get fire to human beings? And there's a lot of volcanoes in Alaska. Alaska is highly volcanic. Even some of the mountains directly surrounding us sometimes have, smoke coming up from the volcanic vents. So they said we knew where there's volcanoes and we could bring fire. So they all were going to decide who would fly to bring back fire. And back then, owls, what we call Bicini, owls had a really long beak, long. And they thought, he has the longest beak. So if he's holding a firebrand in his mouth, he'll be able to keep it away from his face and his feathers so he won't burn. And so with that, owl flew off to find the volcano. And he found a firebrand, and he was carrying it back with the flame still burning. And as he was flying home, he noticed that the flame now was getting closer and closer to his beak. It was almost starting to burn his beak. And he was about to drop it in the ocean when Raven flew by and said, no, don't drop it. You're almost there. Hang in a little longer. And so that poor owl, Bicini, just kept that firebrand, and it just started burning his beak. Just burning it away till when he finally got to where he was supposed to go and dropped it down on humanity to have, his beak was only a really short little beak. And to this day, owls have short little beaks. See how that works? Well, I hope you like it, and I hope you go online to like Amazon and elsewhere and order my books. Thank you.